Hi there, it's Jen from modernmedicinelady.com and the Empathic Woman System, and the word of the day is long game. And it seems to me that we live in a culture where everybody is focused on the short-term solution and quick fixes and the idea that we can get whatever we want really fast. I mean, just think of the number of like formulas where you're supposedly going to follow this program and within six weeks to 6 months you're suddenly going to be making six figures, or that you just sign up for this particular food plan or nutrition program and buy these supplements and bam, you're going to lose 20 pounds in 1 month. And, the thing is that there are some people who have that experience where it's like they're just ripe and ready and they do the thing and miraculous results happen. But for most of us, it's not like that. For most of us, it's a much more gradual process. And the truth is that in order for true, lasting, sustainable change to happen, it's got to be a long game. I mean, think about some of the most powerful, beautiful trees in the world, like redwood trees. They're strong, they're sturdy, they're amazing, and they take like hundreds of years to grow to the height that they eventually reach. And whereas like pines, which are very fast growing trees, that are sort of like white pine and stuff, they grow very quickly, but they're not sturdy. Their root system is not that great. And as if you were watching videos back in the fall, when I had tons of storm damage, you can see that those trees, when a good wind comes along, they can just go and get knocked right over. And that's because they don't have the kind of foundation, they don't have the kind of root system, they don't have the kind of ability to sustain themselves, and they're basically sort of new growth in a forest, but they're not as lasting as things like oaks and other kinds of hardwood trees. But I don't know, that's sort of like a metaphor for long game versus short game. But the point of this is just to say that in my own experience, a lot of the things that have been really important to me, that have really, really mattered to me, it's been a long game. It's been something that's taken time. And the thing that's hard is that if I focus on all of what appears to be the overnight sensations, if I look at the people who are getting the viral videos and overnight their little dog or cat or baby video has just gotten 1 million hits, it can be really discouraging because it can feel like, what am I doing wrong? How am I not succeeding in whatever it is in my life that I want to change when it looks like somebody else just made the decision and all of a sudden it got better? Even like in my experience, I've heard stories of people who just give up gluten and their whole life changes, like their body feels so much better. What I can tell you from my personal experience is that I gave up gluten years ago, but it wasn't until I really, really cracked the code on like many different factors that were all contributing to why my health was feeling, or my body was feeling so burdened. I was just basically making incremental progress, but not the kind of progress that some people talk about making. And it wasn't until I made the decision and was willing to give up all grains, all legumes, yes, all grains and legumes, as well as dairy, that my body is finally like, oh, thank you, God. I really appreciate the fact that you're not doing this to me anymore. As well as just really continuing to get into the emotional roots of what's going on and why my body would be holding on to things, and et cetera, et cetera. And that's an example of how, if I had just trusted or thought that buying somebody's nutritional program and taking a few supplements was going to be the answer, it would have been really easy to give up. But instead, I kind of knew that in this particular case, it was going to be a long game process. And to be completely honest, I started doing gut healing work years ago, like more than 5 years ago. And I feel like I'm finally at a point where I can really tell that my vitality, my energy, my physical pain, even my weight is all falling into place in a way that it took a very long time to do. Also, you can see I am in a different space than I've been in, and this is Modern Medicine Lady headquarters. This is the upstairs loft, and we had red tent ceremony here last night for the first time. And this is something that really has been long game. I started conceiving of this move and creating this space a couple years ago. I started envisioning what was possible about a year ago. We started all of the things in motion back in the spring, and at this point we're finally ready to do something. So it was like, 11 months from the onset of conversations with the timber frame kit guy, or maybe even a year from the conversation with the timber frame kit guy. And essentially, like, this has taken the time that it's taken. And on a spiritual level, it's actually more like 35 years from the time that I sort of planted the seed of possibility of what my life could be like and what it is now. So I just want to say that don't give up. Keep on pushing. Keep on going. Keep on doing those little teeny tiny incremental baby steps that you just have to do. And even if it feels frustrating, even if it feels like a slog, if you have some sense that this is something that can make a difference, if you're noticing little teeny tiny glimmers of hope and progress, I really encourage you to just keep your eye on the prize and really trust in the fact that there is a long game, and long games are what are going to create the roots. Long games are what are going to give us the sustainability for a really long time and allow for things to work in a way that trying to find the solutions like overnight more often than not don't. So my question to you right now is, what in your life can you see as something that's really about the long game? And is there anything where you've been feeling kind of frustrated because you thought it was going to happen faster? And instead of looking at what's not happening, what could you recognize is actually happening, and what small, tiny victories can you celebrate today? So I would love to hear what you have to say about all of this. Please leave a comment below. And until next word of the day, I'm wishing you peace, I am wishing you ease, and I am wishing you the patience to keep going and the persistence to keep going and keep your eye on the prize, especially when you're working a long game. So, in the meantime, please like my Facebook page, Modern Medicine Lady, and assuming you've already done that, please invite your friends to do that too. And I will also be eternally grateful for your help to get this video out into the world. Please like it, please share it, please pass it along to other people who would find it useful. Thank you so much, and until tomorrow, peace.